What is cracking, guys? Aaron here, Curls on the Rack. Today I am dressed like an Eskimo because it is very cold in the garage gym, but I said forget it, let's get out there, do the video. Today's video is going to be on the Titan Fitness lever arms. Whether you're pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling or pushing. A lever arm is a great thing to add to your arsenal, but there's a lot of them out on the market now. You got the top of the line, ones from Rogue Fitness. You got ones from Rhett Fitness. You have ones from all sorts of other companies that have a little bit subtle differences, but today we're going to be focusing on the ones from Titan Fitness. Basically, I've had both of them. I've had the trolley arms from Rogue, and I've had these ones. So it's kind of the highest to the lowest, and I'll go ahead and tell you what I think of the ones from Titan. And basically, the end of the video, I'll go ahead and let you know which ones I think are better, for the money, and you can ultimately make your own decision. Let's go. Alright guys, first of all, let's go over what you're going to be getting when you get these lever arms. You are going to be getting, it's 39 inches. This is the T3 lever arms that I got. You can actually get them for $2.99 on Titan's website. If you go to the scratched and dented section, I got these ones for $2.69, which just had a couple blemishes. If you've seen my other video, I go through the ins and outs of unboxing it and all that stuff. But basically what it consists of is the 39-inch arms. Then you have your plate holder here. You have your handle over here, which secure together with 5/8 bolts, the hardware here. You have a bumper on this side, and you have a bumper on this side. I'll address those in a little bit. And then if you come up here, it's 3/8 bolts attaching up here with washers and locking washers. You have a 5/8 bolt that goes through here to secure it to the rack, and another 5/8 bolt that goes and secures from the front. So you're hitting it this way, so that's how it stays up here on the rack. Everything is black powder coated, and this pin actually locks on the other side to make sure it doesn't fall out. That is what you're going to be getting, so let's go to the review portion. Okay guys, so the way these things move up and down the rack, unlike the trolleys, is with these pins. It's a fairly simple process. You pull the pin out, pull this guy out. It still stays up on there because it has the bolt that's going back. Then you pick up the whole arm. Be careful of your fingers because this piece will come down and smash you. And then you take this pin right here, you put it up wherever you want it. Stays up there. Make sure you get it all the way back through there before you let go. And then you put this guy in and you secure it like this. Now, I don't have as many holes on the side here, so you kind of have to take that into account because you only have about 2 and 2.5 inches of space that you can hit a hole from the side. So fairly easy to move up and down the rack, but yeah, you do have to take the whole thing off and then place it wherever you want. All right, so the construction on these things I think is pretty good. There's not a lot of sway back and forth. It feels good. Actually, I will say there's not even as much play or sway, rather, than with the ones from Rogue Fitness. Because the ones from Rogue Fitness, you have to tighten them up manually with this little Allen wrench that secures them. And even if you try to get it perfect, there's always a little bit of play side to side. This one, hardly anything. So when you're pressing, you'll feel like you're right in line. It doesn't go to the left or the right. There's hardly any pull, which I like about this. The one negative, though, and the reason I got these, truth be told, is for the core push press. You know, you're kind of twisting core push press. I don't know what you call the exercise. I just like it as a finisher on some of my workout days. That's why I got these things. Bench press, deadlifts, overhead press I do like, but aside from, I'll just use a barbell for those exercises. But I do like this one, and so I was looking for a cheap option to be able to throw this back in. Now, like I said, the holes on the side, I could go ahead and drill some more holes in this upright, and then I could use it and adjust it. But if you have an upright that's like this with not as many holes in the side, these handles, which is a negative, they actually have to be unbolted and then moved up wherever you want them bolted back on, which is not ideal or practical in the middle of a workout. I can do that to set these up, but then I might have to adjust them again. The ones from Rogue, they go in, flip down, secure it. So it's a lot easier to, in the middle of a workout, if you're trying to use the trolley arms for a whole thing, to do that. So that is one negative, but here's one positive. They have a piece of rubber right here. So when you put the plates on, it doesn't bang into these bolts. So if you have nice plates, you don't want to ding them up. I did appreciate them throwing that piece of rubber on there. Now let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Why are there stoppers on both sides of these arms? I didn't look anything up, but I'm going to make an assumption and I'm going to tell you what I think here. The reason is because, as you can see, I switched this around. Before, this arm was on this side, this arm was on this side, but I turned them around, and so that way, let's say you're shorter, you would be able to hit different holes by turning this thing over, and thus you would need the stopper on the other side because you flipped it around and put it on the other side of the rack, and that way you won't have to adjust the handle as much. You can keep it here and you'll be able to hit a different height each time. That is why I assume that there is the double rubber stoppers on here. Alright, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of a negative and a positive here. Negative, there's no UHM plastic on where this attaches to your rack. It will scrape up your rack. Putting it on, taking it off, it's very sharp metal. It will scrape the powder coating on your rack. But on the positive side, as you can see, I have a Rogue rack and this thing fits on there. So any 3x3 rack, these arms will work for. So just something else to take into consideration. And yes, have no fear, your Rogue accessories or whatever accessories you have with 5/8 inch holes, well, with 5/8 inch hardware will attach to these lever arms. Another thing to consider, guys, is because these arms are 39 inches long and the rubber is at the very end of it, I'm back in the same predicament as when I had the longer version of the trolley arms, which is if I want to use a spotter to set up for like a push press or an overhead press, I don't want any metal on metal contact, so I got to put these little bumpers here. I may modify this, maybe take the rubber off and move it up a little bit in the future, but who knows. Just one more thing to consider before buying these guys. Now guys, one more thing. Rep Fitness has their lever arms. They're called the ISO arms. They have a cool feature in which you could put these guys up and then pin it and it will stay there secure. And so you could basically get these things out of the way when you don't want them anywhere on the rack. These ones, you got to take them off, throw them to the side, move them down, move them up. I don't like doing that. So what I think I'm going to do is, because the ISO arms are like $600, is I'm actually going to maybe modify this bracket so that way it will go through another one of these holes. So that way I can have them straight up. Or I'm going to use the Rogue shackles and I'm going to put them on here and then put another one up top, so that way I can just attach a chain or a hook and then I'll hook them and they'll be out of the way. Same thing, I'm just saving some money by getting the cheaper one. You don't even have to necessarily have the Rogue shackles. You can go to your local hardware store and get some sort of U-bolt, put that on there, put a chain up there, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and just sum up this whole thing. I think that at $299, these Titan Fitness lever arms are great value. The fact that you can throw them on any rack that's 3x3 with the 5/8 holes is excellent. They work fantastic. I don't know. I think it's a really great way to throw some lever arms into your arsenal that work just as well as any other lever arms, but not have to pay the high price point. So if you're considering getting these, I do have an affiliate link below. It doesn't cost you anything extra. I get a couple bucks off your purchase. Occasionally there are promo codes in there and deals. So if you're considering getting these, consider using that link. And next video we're going to be doing is a full review on the bench, on on the Rogue Fitness 3.0 adjustable bench. I have had enough time to spend with it, and that's going to be my next video. So until next time, guys, peace.